please come quick. 'Cause I got something to admit. Well, I met a man down in the sticks, a good Ole Miss. He drove a Series 10 Cadillac and wore a cigar on his lip. Don't you know the devil wears a suit and tie? I saw him driving down the 61 in early July. White as a cotton field and sharp as a knife. Heard him howling when he passed me by. He said, I know you, young man. Well, I know you by the state of your hands. You're a 6-string picker, just as I am. Well, let me show you some. I know a few turns to make all the girls dance. Don't you know the devil wears a suit and tie? I saw him driving down the 61 in early July. White as a cotton field and sharp as a knife. Heard him howling when he passed me by. Foolish, foolish was I. Damn my foolish pride. That man's lesson, it had a price. Oh, a sweet price. My sweet love everlasting, my own eternal life. Don't you know the devil wears a suit and tie? I saw him driving down the 61 in early July. White as a cotton field and sharp as a knife. Heard him howling when he passed me by. Don't you know the devil wears a suit and tie? I saw him driving down the 61 in early July. White as a cotton field and sharp as a knife. Heard him howling when he passed me by.
My name is Mia Kelly, and we're here at Folk Alliance 2024. I'm so excited to be here. It is a highlight of my year. It's a zoo of folk music with banjos and guitars and friends everywhere you go, and we don't get to sleep a lot, but there's a lot of music happening, and I'm really, really happy to be here. And thanks for having me on the show.
Can you tell us why music? Where did this burning passion for music come from? How did it all start?
It started off as me being a 7-year-old with a lot of free time and my parents enrolling me into musical theater, and then kind of falling in love with being on stage and singing, and then it kind of snowballed from there with piano lessons, and then I had feelings that I needed to write about when I was, in high school, and it's kind of become all of my life, which is the best.
How does the songwriting piece of it fit in for you?
The songwriting is not something that I can force. So you hear a lot of people be like, I sit down every morning and I write 5 minutes a day or 10 minutes, whatever. For me, it's really, I have a million ideas kind of on the back burner like always at the same time. And then sometimes someone says something and it's like, oh, I need to go write. And it just kind of all spills out. Or I'll be going through something that I need. It kind of feels like therapy, and it just kind of, when it overflows, that's when the songs come out.
Where do you take influence from when it comes from the live performance piece? Like, who do you love to see live?
Ooh, that's a great question. Lately, I've been loving watching Allison Russell perform. She's just such an inspiration. Growing up, I remember trying to imitate Tina Turner. And when I was like, I think Tina Turner is the first song kind of I ever sang. I was like 3. It's a pretty funny video. But when I'm on stage, I kind of try to be as authentic as I can, because I think trying to be anyone else is very awkward. So, yeah.
Did you have favorite songs growing up?
Growing up, we listened to a lot of kind of more, a lot of folk growing up in my house, and some French Canadian folk as well. So I would say The Boxer by Simon and Garfunkel was a favorite of mine for a long time, and anything by Richard Desjardins, who's a classic in my house.
And where did you grow up exactly? What town?
I grew up in Gatineau, Quebec, so right across the river from Ottawa.
You've built quite a career in Canada, touring and winning awards. Can you tell us about some of that?
Yeah, the last 2 years have been really fun, and I've gotten to tour all over. This last year I did a West Coast to East Coast tour, which was amazing, and just a really, really cool way to discover your country and all the tiny little communities that touring kind of puts you in. And it was so much fun, and to be getting any kind of recognition from the Canadian folk music community is such an honor, and this year I'm nominated for 2 Canadian Folk Music Awards, which I'm just thrilled about, and so we'll find out in April how that goes. But yeah, I'm pretty over the moon just with the nominations.
And can you talk a little bit about what's on your bucket list? What's to come? What would you dream for your career?
Yeah. I'm so excited about so much stuff for the next few years. It's so exciting and brimming with possibility, and just getting to collaborate with artists that I really look up to and admire and that inspire me, and getting to travel with my music is going to be so exciting, and hopefully it'll be taking me so many exciting places. It's taken me some really, really cool places in the past, and so I'm really excited to kind of see where it goes, and to follow the current, and yeah.
So to people that are interested in discovering new artists and new music, put us on to some artists that you're loving right now.
Yes, absolutely, I may. I've been loving Angie McMahon. She's Australian. She's amazing. Matt Holubowski is from Montreal. He's incredible and one of my favorite musicians, I think, of all time. Rita Paez from Spain. Incredible Spanish jazz. She's really cool. Who else have I been listening to? I should check my Spotify. No. Leif Vollebeck, incredible songwriter. Bonnie Light Horseman. I've been listening to them all the time. And yeah, that's that.
Can you tell us about the 2 songs that you've written that you're most proud of?
I think one of the songs that I'm most proud of writing is this love song that I wrote to the Ottawa River. And the song is called Kitchissippi, which is the original name for the Ottawa River in Anishinaabemowin, which is the language of the Algonquin people, whose land our beautiful river flows through. And the river is, I live right in front of the river. It's literally steps away from my house. And it's such an important place for me, and to be able to sing that song that is so devoted and loving to this river, and to have it connect with audiences throughout Canada. It's so cool how impactful these kind of bodies of water can be to people from the other end of the country, and they're, I grew up on the Ottawa River, or I spent my summers there. And it's a really special river for me because I spend a lot of time river surfing, which is my sport of choice, and it's completely changed my life. And so I'm really grateful to have the river and to be able to kind of sing an homage to it every night. I think another song that I'm proud of is my song Vagabond, which is the last song on the record. And I wrote it after meeting this man traveling in BC a few years ago. And I was sitting on a bus, and I was going for a hike, and he just sat down beside me, and he's like, "Hey, do you want to go cliff jumping?" I was like, "Yes, sure, of course." And so I spent the whole day with this random man, and we went cliff jumping, and it was great. And he kind of told me his whole life story about how when he was like 11 or 12, his parents were really struggling, and they left him to kind of fend for himself, essentially. And so he lived through homeless shelters throughout Canada. Up until when I met him, he was still living in a homeless shelter in Vancouver. And he just had this really hard story and this really hard life. And despite that, had this beautiful, like, radiant energy, and he was just the sunshine of a human. And so I thought it was super inspiring. And so I kind of immediately got to writing the song, and I hope he has no idea I wrote it. We never have seen each other since, but I think it captured a really nice human and a really nice day that I had with him. And yeah, it was really inspiring. So, Vagabond. With a mom who couldn't mother and a dad who wouldn't bother, you packed up your innocence and hit the road. Just a boy on little feet, getting swallowed by the street. Down you go, it's better than home. There we are.
Amazing.
I'll tell you about the time I served. It started in 1954. The TV started spilling color a couple months before. Juvenile, I was in 14 when they sent me out to sea, to join the ranks of salty dogs with my tail between my knees. Oh, the ships we sailed were made of wood still, and the men on them were made of steel. Oh, the hardest men will get hungry. Oh, us Bonefish Boys behind the wheel. Our boots were ever soaking, our tongues were never dry. We're praying to the bottle and the green flash in the sky. Oh, the weather got the better of my face, cut me so deep, and in the trenches of my skin, the bitter begs to feed. Oh, the ships we sailed were made of wood still, and the men on them were made of steel. Oh, the hardest men will get hungry. Oh, us Bonefish Boys behind the wheel. After 13 years of sea legs, the bad luck followed suit. A sallow, sullen shadow of that boy they did recruit. And back on royal ground, counterculture fed cocaine. I spent 30 years, then 20 more with Lucy on my brain. Oh, the ships we sailed were made of wood still, and the men on them were made of steel. Oh, the hardest men will get hungry.
Hey, stunning people. If you're loving our music, make sure to give us a like and a subscribe. And comment below who you want to see next.